What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a fantastic day. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at all the spawn locations in Vigor on all the different maps. You guys have been asking this in the comments, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. So if you guys do enjoy the video, don't forget to drop a like down below. Every single like is very much appreciated. Also, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications so you're notified when we upload a brand new video. But now, for some of these photos I did find on Google, and some of them I created myself. Now, some of these are going to be accurate, some of them might be a little bit inaccurate, but for the most part, I am confident that these are pretty much accurate. Now, for bigger maps, the only small map that has 8 players, max for lobby is Battery and Battery Snow Decked. So those might have a lot of spawns, but not 100% guaranteed to have a spawn at those locations. But first up, we're going to be taking a look at Anakin. As you guys can tell, the more southern west part of the map has most of the spawns, and then they're kind of spread out. I think there was one more by the ship, but I'm not 100% sure, but I want to say there was one more near the ship. Yeah, this is pretty much all the spawns for Anakin. Somewhat close, somewhat not close, but yes, this is for the most part, some pretty accurate pings for spawn locations. Next up, we're going to be taking a look at Battery. Now, this goes for Battery Snow Decks, and they are pretty much the same maps, just with different weather, and the other one has snow. But all the spawn points should be practically the same. Of course, the yellow marker of the player, that's one spawn, and then the rest of them are some other spawns as well. Quite a bit on Battery, more than 8 players, but definitely a lot of them are pretty similar. Definitely the northern one by the exit, and the one next to it on the road to the right of it, that's an accurate ping. The ones farthest to the right side of the map, those are accurate. Pretty much a lot of them are accurate, and it's kind of randomized, but they are still pretty close. You will get at least 1 or 2 other players that spawn close to you, depending on what part of the map you spawn in. Now, next up, we're going to be taking a look at Brattle and Bridges. Now, I'm pretty sure all these are pretty much accurate. There is one more northern one closest to the north exit. But, yeah, this is pretty much all accurate pings. From what I'm looking at now, it does seem like these are pretty much accurate pings. There might be 1 or 2 that are missing, but for the most part, these are pretty accurate. On Brattle and Bridges, definitely the southern part of the map. If you get a lot of those spawns, you can expect a lot of gunfights early on, but most part, Brattle and Bridges, I noticed a lot of people move more northern towards the bridge, since that's where most of the POIs are spawned at. Sometimes you'll get a POI spawn down south, but for the most part, a lot of the POIs are spawned near the bridges. Now, here is the Vigor Forest. This one is a little bit harder because I don't play this map very often, but I know a lot of these pings are accurate. Now, there might be at least 2, there should be 1 more over by Mountain Lake, 2 over there, and then 1 down near that south west exit. There's also another one over there. So there's at least 3 pings missing from this map, but for the most part, a lot of them are accurate. Now, I hope this video does help out a lot of you guys that are trying to look for spawn points, because this is probably the biggest knowledgeable thing you can use in Vigor, is knowing the spawns. So hopefully this helps out. This is the Vigor Forest. And then now we're going to be taking a look at Fisk Factory, the Fisk map, Fisk Fabric. A lot of these pings are pretty accurate. Pretty much every single one of these pings are accurate, except for maybe the northern one up on that rock cliff near the water. I don't think there's 2 that close. There might be 2 that close, or the general area. So definitely expect some pings or some close spawns around on Fisk Fabric. There's at least maybe 2 other players that you'll spawn near. But yeah, expect some early gunfights if you are running in towards a direction of a spawn, because a lot of these are pretty accurate and almost have a 100% chance of spawning near somebody. Next up, we got Grantham Valley. Now, this one, all these pings are accurate. This is one of my favorite maps. I can pretty much tell you every single one of these pings are accurate, especially the one down. There's a white marker that is also a ping. There's one down there. But pretty much for the most part, all these are accurate. There might be 1 missing, but overall, pretty much all accurate pings. And then over here, we've got Sawmill. All of these are pretty much accurate too. Pretty much A lot of the map will funnel into the sawmill area, but for the most part, all these pings are pretty accurate. And yeah, pretty much all these pings accurate from what I'm looking at now. Then over here, we've got Victorian Station. I want to say every single one of these pings are accurate. There's maybe one closest to the south of that railroad's on the other side of the ping that's down there. And then there might be 2 more down in that area. But for the most part, the rest of them are pretty accurate. Lakeside Resort, there is at least 2 other spawn points down there. So 2 other pings that you can expect the player to be at. So those are some other spawn points also. Fisk Fabric, or not Fisk, but Victorian Station is one of those maps that you will get into gunfights pretty early on, depending on what direction you run into. Next up, this one is some pings that I put on for myself. Yes, this was a screenshot from Fox's preview video, but yeah, pretty much all these pings are pretty much accurate. I created this one myself. I think I'm missing like maybe 1 or 2 that I may have not remembered where they are spawned at, but for the most part, these are the most common spawns that I spawn at myself. So hopefully this one is a good representation of Kyrgyzstan, the Kyrgyzstan map. So hopefully this one helps you guys out and you guys can get a good idea on where players are going to spawn, because this one has a lot of close spawns to other players. So keep that in mind whenever you play Kyrgyzstan. Expect somebody to be close to you or spawn close to you. And last but not least, we have FJ Fragilkinson. I still don't know how to say the name. I just say FJ. And pretty much all these pings are pretty much accurate. Some of them are randomized, but for the most part, every single one of these pings are pretty much accurate. So yeah, these are all pretty much all the pings that you guys can expect whenever you go into encounters. Hopefully it helps you out. Hopefully you guys can study these and learn. Best thing I can tell you guys, whenever you spawn into a game, just expect somebody to be near you and try to remember those spawn places that you spawn at most commonly. And remember, whenever you spawn at a different area on that same map, think about maybe there's a player that spawned in your last location. So just try to remember your spawns. That's how I learned how to be able to track down players and hunt down players, because I remember the spawns for most of the maps, and I am able to track somebody down early on and go ahead and get that first easy kill, depending on if it's an experienced player or not. But yeah, hopefully this video did help you guys all out, and hopefully it was enjoyable and informative for you guys. So yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for the video. Again, like this video if you do enjoy, comment what you guys think, and if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications so you're notified when we upload a brand new video. But without further ado, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Outlanders.